Most interpreters think that they need more confidence, more training, more experience. And on paper, that makes sense. Like a layman will understand that, okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. Because you've done the course, yeah, and you have passed the assessment and you're getting booked, great. So why is it that middle of the assignment, you freeze, you second guess yourself, you start doubting because you miss something, your body tightens, and then the second guessing happens, and then all of a sudden, you're no longer interpreting. You're now watching yourself interpret. And I've seen this with so many interpreters who are more than capable. And I have supported people who can do the work, and yet in those moments, they shrink, myself included. I've done this before myself. And here's the thing that most people never realize is that the moment that moment has nothing to do with your skill. It has, you're just reacting to the job in that precise moment. You are reacting to who you believe you are in that moment, not what you're capable of, who you think you are. And once you can see that, everything will start to make sense. So this is part one of the interpretive identity series that I'm doing. And in the next video, I would be breaking down the biggest lie interpreters believe about this. So let's focus on today's video. Today, I really want us to consider like we are not lacking skill. We have got this thing down. Have you have you ever had this feeling where, so maybe you're co-interpreting, and while you're doing your thing, either spoken or signed, whatever that is for you, you get that hesitation, you get that second guessing, you get all those things. When the other person is interpreting, you see it clearly. You just flow. You can just say what you like. The voice is just, I was just gonna say the voice is voicing, but you're in flow. But once the bulk is sent back to you, it's like, ooh, uh, what am I doing? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like, what happened? You had it a minute ago. Now you're the person who was supposed to now do the work. Now everything just gone off it. Like, I can't remember anything. I don't know what words or choices. Like, it just goes blank. But you're already in the room. You've already been approved. You've already passed the assessment. You've already done the things that's required you to be in that space. And yet, this is showing up while you're doing the job. So, again, it is not a skills thing. You're interpreting from an identity that you have chosen for yourself, either consciously or unconsciously, and you're operating from that level. You're operating from that sense. It's got nothing to do with your ability to do the work. Because you missed one sign or one word or one whatever, you spiral and not start going else places that's not required for you to go in that moment. Because you didn't lose the message. You just lost your position. And it's for you to realign and get back into it because someone signs really fast or someone's like the performance like, and then you're like, oh no, you panic again in the moment. And we think, oh my goodness, I'm not capable, I'm not good enough, I can't, like, why? Or is it a case of you co-working with someone or co-interpreting and they're flowing and then you start comparing yourself with the other person's ability or how they're able to take charge and whatever all those things are happening and you're comparing yourself? It has nothing to do with that. And this is where we really need to like get to understand that having worked with interpreters who have been in situation where because of like how they're perceived by other people, it has made them shrink themselves to the point of like they now worry, okay, am I using the right choices? Am I saying that doing this in the right way? And then they've flustered and then lost. But when they're now able to now realign and get to the present and just bringing the focus back into the room and like getting that in. Even experienced interpreters, You know, I have like someone says, "Oh, are you sure you're supposed to be here?" And the next thing, that's it. Imposter syndrome comes in. Like, okay, what am I doing here? And then you feel the tension, you feel the worry, and all that's happening in real time. All this inner chatter is just you're having this full-on conversation in your head. Your body might be there, but your mind is elsewhere, right? So it's having that, being that mindful. And in this series, where we're just reacting to that old internal story that has been running the show. Oh, when somebody, when someone's like, if you're a sign language typer, when someone starts finger spelling, oh, I said, I'm blank. I'm blank. You said that, so you're replaying and living that story because that's what your truth is. Whether it's right or wrong, it's your truth because you said it to self over and over and over. You rehearse this like endless time. So it's not you're not performing, or rather, you're performing from an older version of yourself because that's what you're replaying and that's what showcasing. And once we have the awareness of like what is going on for me, this is a situation that happens and I shrink, or this is a situation that happened and I second guess myself, or this is what's happening and I do this. Name it, figure it out. What is that thing and what situation? Get that locked in. Know what that is for you. Because once you're aware of what's going on, then when I see this kind of person, I freeze or I lose focus or whatever that is. Name it. What's that? Do you feel like imposter? Do you feel stressed? Do you feel overwhelmed? Do you lack? What's that for you? Do you then procrastinate? Figure what that is and catch it. And that's what the work gets to do. So we'll talk more about that in terms of what this lie means and all those things in the next tomorrow's video or the next series. But this is where we start to change. This is where, because your brain isn't testing you, it is confirming the version of that is still in charge unknowingly, because consciously you're like, I've got it. But unconsciously, your mind is telling, no, 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 we don't feel comfortable in this kind of situation. We're not cool with all these things happening. So we have to make sure we pick and choose the right word or say whatever that is. We get to be mindful. So that version of you is still in charge. So let's get the awareness down and start noticing it and catching it, and then we get to do something about it. Right? So, and this is where most interpreters get it wrong because they're thinking that the assignment is more training. Oh, I just need to go on this training on this particular thing. I need to do more training on this and this and this. You think it's more training, but it's not. Training has its place. Don't get me wrong. I still do training to keep my registration. I still have to. But we use that as an excuse, as that's the thing that is required to resolve the issue where we are. But it's not always the case. It is not the answer. If the underlying belief is not there, because somebody else can see you're capable and you're this, but if you don't feel you are, that's your truth. So no amount of another training or this and that is going to solve that until you do that internal work to change that story. But here's the thing: in the next video, I'll show you how why that is actually making things worse for you. That lie we get to talk about in the next video. So yeah, we have to. And if you're not ready, click on the notification button so that you get to know when that video releases. And yeah, and we do this. So part 2, the lie. And this is the thing. I am Nene. We do this every single day. Remember that your voice matters and it's your time to use it. Bye for now.